Hey everyone who's tuning in. Let's get down to some more World Cup information. I love the World Cup, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be covering the third game of each group each day as it happens, because once it's happening, it's done, and the video I'm going to be doing is looking at brackets and things like that. So let's cover the World Cup. Today, we finished off the A, B, and C group, and there were some surprises. In fact, let's get into it right now with the A group, which had the big surprise. All right, Mexico had already clinched first place, and they went on to win their game, and they have 9 points. And yay, Mexico! I'm actually really happy. I wanted Mexico to do it to get on to the elimination rounds, and they have. They're a really good team. I've always considered them like that brother to the United States, where we love beating up on them, but no one better beat up on them other than us. It's one of those, like, oh yeah, fierce rivalry. But then when someone else is playing them, it's like, no. You don't get to beat them. And that's kind of my view. And I know it's not shared by every person in the United States. For one, there are people here in the United States that uh, they're they're Mexican and they prefer Mexico even to the United States team, and that's great. Go for it. But that's kind of been my viewpoint that I've had with Mexico. It's like I really want to beat them when the United States is playing them, and otherwise I'm rooting for them. I'm not totally on their side. So great job, Mexico. You got the first seed. The big surprise is South Africa beat South Korea, and they're the second seed. I didn't predict this. Very few people probably predicted this, and that's something I definitely got wrong. They did actually technically tie South Korea in points, but the first tiebreaker is head to head, and since they beat them, obviously they're the the ones who get the second seed. Uh, South Korea is the third seed. They have 3 points and a -1 game differential. I mean goal differential, not game differential. Uh, that's important. It's important because, just to let you know, 8 of the 12 third seeded teams are going to get pulled up to the round of 32. All right? Just to let you know mathematically what that means. It means I don't think there's going to be a third seed that gets 5 points, but I guess if you do, yes, you're getting pulled up. And if you get 4 points, you're going to get pulled up. Most third seeds are looking like they're going to fall close to 3 points. All right. If you get below 3 points, you're going home. Okay. You are. 2 points, 1 point, 0 points, you're not getting into the round of 32. The cutoff will probably be, low on the 3 point range. Most of the 3 point third place teams will probably get into the round of 32. All right. South Korea with a -1 goal differential probably will. Currently, I would give them the go ahead because they are not the worst team today. Like there's already a team below them, and that's just in the first three groups. Remember, they only need four teams below their goal differential, and they already got one. All right, and this is only 1/4 of the groups played, so they're actually on pace to manage to make it. Now, that doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It's a little shaky, but most likely, I think it's likely that South Korea will also get pulled up, and all three teams, Mexico, South Africa, and South Korea, will be in the group of 32. On to Group B. Good job, Switzerland. You handedly beat Canada, making my original prediction of Switzerland being the first seed and Canada being the second completely correct. I think I gave Canada about a 60% chance before the game of being the first seed, and that was just because if there was a tie, they would be the first seed. Switzerland had to beat them, and they did. They're the better team. They really are. I'm sorry, Canucks. Switzerland is. Bosnia Herzegovina managed to win and got 4 points. They actually tied Canada in points, but they have a -1 goal differential, so they lost the tiebreaker between them. Um, but they have 4 points. Like, they're in. They are so in. None of them are booking a flight back to Europe. They're all planning to stay because you get 4 points in group stages. You're going to be one of the top 8 third place teams. You just will. So all 3 teams are going to be in the group of 32. And then we finally get to Group C. It played out about how I saw it playing out. Both Morocco and Brazil won. They both ended up with 7 points. Brazil has a bigger goal differential. They tied each other, so the head-to-head tiebreaker is nothing because they tied. And then you go to goal differential, and Brazil has the goal differential. They get the first seed, which, actually is to the detriment of the United States because that puts Brazil on the United States side of the elimination thing. And in fact, that is probably the first big challenge the United States, not, it is probably the first team the United States is going to play that they are just patently not as good as. Is going to be if they get to quarterfinals and Brazil does, they'll hit in quarterfinals, and that's going to be a problem for the United States. And then Morocco, good job, Morocco. Congratulations. You're the second seed, and you're the second seed with authority. Okay, this was always a group that they were going to be the number ones and number twos. I actually thought there was a bigger question about which one would be number one and number two than the fact that they would be number one and number two. And then we get to Scotland, near and dear to my heart because, well, I have Scottish ancestors and am technically allowed, I believe, to play in the Highland Games under the clan MacDonald. They get 3 points and a -3 goal differential. And I mean, they had one of their own players just point blank state, I think we're going to be headed home. That's a pretty negative low goal differential. There's a good chance they won't make that mark. Now, not so big a problem that they should book their flights now. They should wait to see how it comes out. But if I was a betting man, I would agree with the Scottish team, and they're probably not making the group of 32. So that kind of sums up everything that happened in about who's winning, who's going on in this today, in those first 3 groups. We have the clear first and second seeds for all 3 groups. We have a third seed in the Group B who's definitely going on. We have a third seed in Group A who will probably going on, and that's a nasty third seed pull-up. South Korea is a nasty third seed pull-up to have to play against. And then a third seed who's probably going home. I look forward to watching the games tomorrow, and I'll be back here tomorrow to go over what happened.